Hello. Today I'll be going over the Caesar cipher and substitution cipher using Ren'py. And so then Ren'py looks like this. It's a visual software, pretty much a GUI that allows you to have. Usually it's used for storyboards, but you're also able to implement some Python functions into it. And so then you're able to make a visual representation of it. And I felt like it was a very unique GUI that I just found through searching up for this project, how to like visualize it. And I wanted to be able to showcase. So you're able to implement many things, but I just wanted to go over to the script first to explain how it works. So most of my logic for the script was based using on ACKI and number values. And so then I was able to convert them from their plain text. As I went through one by one, I went through their text and was able to convert them. So like for uppercase, I had to use it in terms of 65, and that's why we subtract, and then we do mod 26 when it goes over, rolls over. And so from there, we're adding the 65, so then it's back into the range for the lowercase letters, and then if it's uppercase letters, and if it's lowercase, we use 97 for the range. And then when I use the substitution method, I just mainly base it off of the key. And so then it just finds the first, it does the same thing with the ACKI values, find the first value and then converts it based off that. And then decryption as well. You remember that when it comes to decrypting it, it has to base it off the original alphabet, uppercase and lowercase. And then it corresponds the value of the keys with the corresponding value from the original alphabet. And so then these four methods are essentially the backbone of my code. Now, Ren'py has its own special features, which are the define function, which I'm able to find the sprite, the label start, which are their own scenes essentially. It's their own form of a class, I would say. And so then we're able to make like a little this in a scene, which is like, like how long it needs to be. We're able to have like the certain scene. So this label start scene creates all the scenes, and then the loop, I wanted to make its own. It's like you're able to repeat and continue practicing with substitution ciphers and Caesar ciphers. So let's go to Ren'py and launch the project. And so then we open it up and we get the lady right here. This is welcome to Caesar Cipher. So I implemented the visual and the audio. And so then let's just input our name. It saves it. And so then we're going to learn about both substitution ciphers and Caesar ciphers and practice with them. So it explains what the Caesar cipher is, how it works. Substitution cipher, because they're essentially one and the same. Well, not one and the same, but Caesar ciphers are substitution ciphers. Now, now we're gonna go on to some practice. I just wanted to briefly show how it works. And so then enter the text you want to encrypt. And I also added an end case. The reason why I made a dunzo is because again, with Ren'py, it doesn't allow you to import like if you look back on my code, I didn't really import. I just initialized Python, which so that I can use its functions. And so then, although this is based on Python, when it comes to in terms of functions, you have to initialize like the actual Python code, download like everything in the back end. And so then from there, we want to encrypt. So let's encrypt, let's say Iramina. And so then let's add under shift value, let's say it's like 3. And then the substitution key, let's go. We can, again, we obviously have all the freedom we want. So I'm just gonna start from like M all the way to and the QWERTY. So on the keyboard. And so then using the cipher, we get that, which I'm just gonna type it in. Ubiquity. That's a shift of 3. And remember, it's important that we have the uppercase. So I remembered, I based off if it's a uppercase, I was able to account for that as well. And then also for substitution as well, I was able to account for when it was uppercase as well for substitution. And so then let me just type that out number, and just to check, if you again, this is for practicing again. We're gonna check with our Caesar cipher again with our shift. We're using the key that we had previously. So that was LUP LQD. And then it was KOF KDM. So again, Iramina, we got that means it was correct, and Iramina. So again, this is just a while loop as and you continue on practicing and using whatever shifts and whatever keys you need to use. And so then and now let's say we have our end case. You want to say I'm Dunzo, you're gonna click enter and it's gonna give you the end. It's gonna go essentially remember the labels, which is a part of Ren'py. It's like its own class. So once you're able to do that, you're able to jump, which is essentially like a break, but not well, not a break. It's yeah, it's like its own special version of how you're able to go from one method to another. And so then that's how Ren'py does it. And so then I just press Dunzo and it's the if you look back at the code, if you typed in Dunzo, you can jump to the new scenes, which is slash class. And just again to explain, these functions are part of Ren'py, implementing the music, implementing the background, implementing the sprite character with the fade and dissolve for animations. And the obviously the money sign, the name, stuff like this is using assigning the variable names. And then E is a special part of Ren'py 2 as it's the sprites, how we define the sprite. So I made the sprite be able to talk with us. And so then we're done with the game and that's it. Yeah. And so then I just wanted to showcase this code to help people practice Caesar cipher and substitution method. And also just as it's more of like a game, it's a more fun and interactive way to learn and test yourself. All right.